example of a Java program that will count the number of vowels and consonants in a given string using for loop. So we have, in this program, we initialize two variables, vCount and the ccount. Vcount will serve as our counter for every appearance of a vowel, and ccount will serve as a counter for our consonant counting. So the given string that we declare on is, this is a really simple sentence and stored in a variable named str. Now our str, the value is this line of sentence, and we convert it into a lowercase. Why? Because small t and capital letter T is different from each other, and they also they are recognized differently. So whenever you are going to evaluate the letter, if it's a small letter T or capital letter T, they will act differently. So to avoid that, and to reduce the comparison, we now convert the str, this sentence, into lowercase. All of it will be converted into a lowercase. Now, here is our for loop, wherein we start with 0 and we will end to that of the length of the string. So when you say length of the string, it will get now the length of this sentence. So for example, I have here extracted a part of this program to just see what is the output when we have that length property of a string. So in this program, we just simply get the length of the string. So you will know what's the length of the given string. So if I will run this, or if I will execute the program, it will give me now the length of the string is, the length of this, this is a really simple sentence, is equivalent to a 32 characters. So this, this sentence do have 32 characters. So that's what the dot strength, the dot length is doing. So we have 0 up to 32, meaning we're going to travel from 0 character location up to the last character location. And what is then str at char at I compared to compared to A. Now this command also gets the character at location I and compared it to A, then compared it to E, compared it to I, and compared it to O, and compared it to U. If one of these statement, if one of these condition is true, then our vowel counter will increment to 1. Now, if none of these condition is true, then our vowel counter will not increment to 1. If that means it will jump to the next condition. So this is our next condition, wherein we compare now the variable, the character value of our str at char at I location, if it is within the range of small letter A to small letter Z. And how we will express that? That means greater than or equal to A, that refers to A, B, C, D, going to Z. So lesser than Z is the backward from Z. So that's X, Y, so that's the Y, Z, and so on and so forth. And then if the letter within that string at a character location I is within this value or equivalent to this value from A to Z, then our ccount counter will increment. To fully understand what is this char at I is doing, another separate code here. We have here, we just simply display the value of our I. So that's our I up to the length of our string input. And we are going to display what's the value of str char at I location I. So the output is here. We'll run it again. So the output is here. When our I is equal to 0, our string str car at location I is T. And that is the T here. But why is it that it's already a small letter? Because we convert it into lowercase. And our 1, that's H. Look at that. That's H. Our 2 location index, that's I. And 3 is located, S is located on 3. 4 is a space, and location 5 is I, and so on and so forth. So if you could see here, up to 31. But why is it that our I is up to 31 only, where in fact our length is 32? Because we started in 0. So that's why our last I value is 31. So that is the meaning of the str car at I. It only gets the character of the string. The variable here that we scrutinize for the character evaluation. So again, going back here, we evaluate our string at a specific location of I if it is equivalent to A, if it's comparable to A, if it is I, O, or U, and our counter will increment. Now, if it is not, and it is A to Z, within A to Z range, then our counter will be the one that will increment. In that case, our V counter will increment every time that our car at I is A or E or I or O or U. So this will increment. Now, if it is not equivalent to the vowels, then if it is within A to Z, then the C count variable will increment. So let's run the program. So we have here as the sentence, this is a really simple sentence. Do have 10 vowels. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 vowels, and the rest of that are consonants. So it does not include counting the spaces. And how it was sure that it's consonant, because we evaluate if the value of car at I is within A to Z. So that means if it is not, if it is a space, then our counter consonant count will not increment. So that's it.